I'd like to take a little bit of time and talk about onboarding new properties and is entailed in that. Now, the first thing is to do an inspection of the property and make sure that we have an actual checklist of things that we need in the property, like CO detectors, smoke detectors, blinds on all of the windows. That is a requirement, by the way. That is something that we want people to have that. Not the actual window coverings. Like, for instance, if somebody has drapes, we don't want to be responsible for any of the personal property like that. Blinds, yes. Drapes are going to be per different people's tastes. And that's something that, yeah, if the tenant wants, if they're okay with those drapes, that's fine. If not, then they're going to take them down, but we're not responsible for them or if somebody steals them. And that's something that I always talk to the owner about. I know it seems like a pretty small thing, but those can get pretty expensive. And and when it does come to personal property, like somebody will say, "Oh, well, we'd like to go ahead and keep this furniture there or this patio set." Any of those things, we totally discourage that. And the reason why is because if the new tenants don't want that, well, then we have to get it hauled off. And that's going to be another expense to the owner. And then, so we don't want to deal with any type of personal property at all. Um, Even when people ask about any type of furnished homes, I tell them no, do we do not do that type of a niche market of furnished homes. And the reason why is because number one, you're dealing with an entire different segment of the population. Most people have their own furniture. This isn't like a corporate type of relocation situation that we work with on a day to day basis or short term rentals. Um, so we don't want to get tied up in court either with somebody saying, oh, well, they scratched this or nicked that or ripped this, and just it gets into too much, and the owners will generally have to pay more of a commission to companies that do work with those. um, but anyway, but back to the inspection of the property. You want to make sure to check that everything is working properly, all the appliances are working okay, that there are CO and smoke detectors in every bedroom, and at least one CO detector and smoke detector needs to be on every floor of the property. And again, that would include the basement. But a bedroom is it qualifies in a rental market as, like, for instance, if you're in a basement, um, if it has one of those small windows, you cannot call it a bedroom. But if it has an egress window, you can call it a bedroom. Now, if you're going to sell a home, then there's different rules. If it has a small window in a basement, and it has a closet, then it's a bedroom. But when you're talking about rental properties, it's not. That is definitely not something that you can call a bedroom. You can call it a bonus room. But also with a rental property, you can call a bedroom if it doesn't have a closet. So, I would definitely advertise that. Let them know that it's a non conforming type of bedroom if it doesn't have a closet. And another thing I always do in my advertisements is I give the dimensions of the bedrooms. And I think that's really important because a lot of people want to make sure that their furniture is going to fit in each room. So um, that's really saves you a lot of time, effort, and you're not wasting people's time. So the more information you can get, the better. Now, when let's say you get to the home and then they've got a lot of flowers out in the front yard. And this particular owner has lived there and really cared about these flowers and loves them. Well, we can't guarantee that the tenants are all going to have green thumbs. So we can do our best to try to, make sure that the tenant knows what to do to help with that. But it's a good conversation piece to have with the owners, and just let them know if that's something that's very important to them, then maybe they should hire that out on a yearly basis with a landscaping company. And that goes for big trees too. We do not ever want a tenant cutting down any type of limbs off of trees. The reason why is because a professional needs to do that so they don't kill the tree. Because there's certain ways to handle all of these types of things. Now, the tenant is required to do the lawn maintenance and, and the weeding and all of that, and that's fine. But for like aeration of the lawn and fertilizing, that's something that you might want to just talk to the owner and say, hey, if that's something that's important to you, then you may want to go ahead and either have us figure that out for you, or you go ahead and utilize your own service for that. And it does help protect their property and helps everything for the owner. Now they can try to maybe add that into the cost of the rent. Like for instance, if it is a high maintenance type of a yard, that's something to really consider. Now, another thing that you're going to be doing is videoing these properties prior to every tenant moving in. And it's very important to get the landscaping, get the condition of the yard, get inside the cupboards and the closets, both sides of the doors. Make sure that when you're taking the video, it's really slow, and you can see, everything clearly. For when you're trying to look back at this video to determine whether or not it is damage from that tenant or it was there. You want to get both sides of doors, to see if there's any holes. You want to get where people are putting up pictures. You want to make sure that you're getting all of that wall to see if there's any damage from the hanging of pictures and TVs. And be real slow and methodical with those videos. You'll want to look at countertops, inside appliances. Floors are paramount. You really want to take your time and get that information, get that condition of the floors, and if there's scratches, screens, and windows. You want to open and close everything on the video, show that it is working. Underneath sinks, you want to make sure to see that there is no drips or water damage. You can take a look at some of our previous videos, which I have all of them on YouTube, and that's what I would like you to do as well, is to upload all of these videos onto our YouTube account, and that's where we can save everything, all these videos. And other than that, I think that pretty much covers the onboarding inspections and videos. It's we could probably go more in depth on these topics, but I think that you get the main points. So thanks again for listening. Have a great day.